Hello and welcome back to the GB Fantasy Football channel. In today's video, it's going to be the first of quite a few across the season. It's the first FPL video. Now we're going to be breaking down the new rules. Some good, not some good. We'll break them down as I just said. It has potential to be game breaking, but we'll see how it all plays into the FPL season. Now, thank you very much once again for the support on the channel. Every single day, new subscribers coming, plenty of eyes on the videos, and it's really appreciated. Don't worry, plenty more content still to come, plenty more informative stuff along the way, and the odd mistake more than likely. Don't forget to drop a subscribe on the channel down below. Let's try and get to 200 before the season starts. That'd be greatly appreciated. And without further ado, let's crack on with the video. Now, as mentioned in the introduction, there is plenty of changes for the game this season. Some not so good, some really needed changes. Because last year, I don't know if many of you played it, but the points tally really dropped substantially compared to previous seasons. Now, that might have been because of the bonus point system. It was more geared towards attackers and midfielders, and defenders really got punished for conceding those goals compared to previous seasons. Players like Trent Alexander-Arnold from yesteryear, who would have been really high up there when the points totals were seen and played out at the end of the season, there was nowhere to be seen. And it tended to be a lot of clean sheets that really predominantly made the high tiers of the list. So for this season, they've added some extra points. You will get 2 extra points if you complete certain actions within the game. Now, if you play Sun Dream Team, it seems very similar to their bonus point system. Defenders, it's clearances, it's tackles, it's interceptions. They'll need at least 10 actions in the game to reach the 2-point mark. Now, that will be capped out. You will not be able to get any more than 2 points per game, but I still think that's a really good bonus. With the prices today so far, we've learned that Isak is 10.5 million and also that Pickford is 5.5. So currently we are unaware of how these extra 2 points have shifted FPL's view on player pricing. Personally, players such as James Tarkowski and Murillo from Nottingham Forest will very much be grabbing my attention just because of these extra 2 points. If you're getting the 2 points for playing and picking up these 2 points in the game, 4 points, it's the equivalent of getting nearly an assist in previous seasons. Now, from the graphic on the screen, you can see the players that would have benefited most from this last season. As I just mentioned, James Tarkowski, 44 points, which means in 21 out of the 38 games last season, he would have picked up these bonus points. Can you ask for much more than that? I'm not too sure. I think that's the higher end of things. If you're picking players specifically to get these bonuses, I'm not sure how frequent they will be, especially with new managers and new tactics within those teams, but it's definitely something to look out for. Midfielders and attackers will also be benefited in a different way. They will be more susceptible to get these points. They will need 12 instead of 10, which is 2 more. However, they will also be able to achieve ball recoverers. Now, I'm not someone who has played too many Champions League fantasy games in the past, but I know ball recoveries were a huge part of that fantasy game. We'll see pretty early on in the season, and data from last season, of course, about the same players that would have picked up these ball recoveries. You're thinking of your holding midfielders, you're thinking of your Moises Caicedo, you're thinking of your Declan Rice in his years at West Ham, and you're also thinking, perhaps, as an Arsenal fan, I'm thinking, how can Martin Zubimendi fit into that role? Hopefully he's priced cheaply. If he is, that'd be really beneficial. But personally, I really do like this change for FPL. Gets a thumbs up from me. Now, the next change is a really interesting one. Now, in previous years, we've had, I believe, a cap of 4 chips, maybe 5 chips per season if you include a double wild card. This season, completely gone out the window. We've got 8 in total. It does look like the assistant manager chip has been thrown away, which, frankly, it deserves to be. It was far too hit and miss for points. It was too beneficial look-wise. You could put it on somebody one week and get 15 points, and somebody could magically get 50 points. It was too big of a swing in my eyes. But this year, we've got 2 bench boosts, 2 free hits, 2 triple captains, and 2 wild cards to play. Now, the first batch of those chips will be between game weeks 1 and 19. The second batch will become active between game week 20 and 28. Now, I watch a few other content creators. I know James from Planet FPL was a big advocate of bench boosting in game week 1 last season, even when we only had one to play throughout the season. Personally, I do feel like that will be the best approach. You can use your first draft before the game week 1 deadline as a sort of first wildcard draft. You can then wildcard out your bench boost team in around game week 5 to 7, and then your team set up. You've got your bench boost out of the way, so you're not having to worry about maximising the points. It's going to be good. I haven't really looked too much into the rest of the chips, the triple captain, the free hit. I don't think we'll be able to play them really in a double game week that early into the season, so we're going to be looking for those favourable single fixtures. The 20 to 38 will be more traditional compared to what we've had in the previous seasons. I don't feel like that will be changed up too much, but seeing the extra chips in the game, I do think the points tally this season per team, per squad, will go up substantially. So if it was 2,000 to finish in the top 100k last year, I think potentially it could be 2,500, 3,000. I'm not sure on the numbers on that one, but that's the sort of level that we're going to be looking out for to even maintain our ranks from last season. Personally, I do feel like this is a fantastic thing to add to the game. A lot of people, specifically casual players, will really enjoy this aspect. The wild card, the free hit, enabling your team to change more often. I think it's going to really benefit even the OG players, the well planned out players. But I'm intrigued to see how it does play out across the first game weeks 1 to 19 and how that will change our approaches. The third change for FPL this season is more assists. Now, as you can see from the graphic on the screen, FPL have done what many of us have asked for quite a long time. No more intended targets. Now, I know it's not just me personally who's been frustrated by their player jinking down the line, crossing one into the box, and taking the slightest deflection off a defender, fall into a centre forward, slots it away, you're expecting the assist. No point, not the intended target. I hated it. I really despised it. I remember Isak last season, jinky run on the outside, beat about 6 men, took the slightest touch, and Jacob Murphy slotted in from a foot out, and he didn't give it him. I hated it. I really did. So to see that they've gone from at least one defensive touch, and then the person who scores can claim the goal, but most importantly, the person who passed that ball previously still gets the assist. I really, really like this one. Too many times we'd be going to the FPL sites as soon as the assisting comes through and they say it's not been achieved, and you feel cheated at your points, you really do. The 3 examples that they've got from last season was Bernardo Silva. Sorry, the assist was for Marmouche for the Bernardo Silva goal. I remember that one from the Sun Dream team. You've then got the Scott from Bournemouth for the Semenyo goal and the Jordan Pickford for the Ndai goal. They are the 3 ones that they put out there. There's videos on their channel with regards to how that would affect it and how it affected it last season. So do go check that out for a further breakdown on the matter. But I really do like this one. More assists, more points. I'm a big fan. And finally, the most controversial one on this list by an absolute mile. And this is the AFCON transfers. Now, as you can see on the screen, all managers will be topped up to the maximum possible number of 5 free transfers in game week 16 ahead of the AFCON, regardless of how many they had before. I hate it. It is one of the worst changes that FPL have made in that. I've been playing this for 3 years, since 2022. I can't stand it. It goes against everything that FPL, and personally, I mean, this is my own judgment, I love the planning aspect of this game. I feel like if you plan ahead and you've got your transfers in line, you should be rewarded for it. Last year, when the transfers went up from 2 maximum to 5, I wasn't a big fan of that. I believe it allows too many non-engaged players to claw their teams back. You can be idle for 5 game weeks, come back and have a mini wild card. Your team can plod along points wise while you've just left it, and you've still got the same amount of transfers as a player who's been playing week in, week out for those 5 weeks. I didn't like it. This AFCON transfer rule, I think it's a shambles, to be quite honest. If you've got 4 transfers and you've saved them back and you've got your team in a good position, you only get one extra transfer going into that game week compared to someone who has completely blown all of their transfers. They've got zero on the line. Their team's looking rubbish. They get 5 transfers instantly. I think this is the worst thing that they've put in the game by a, a mile. It's not even close. There's still time before the season starts, and I'm not sure if it's just social media murmurs or social media news or the backlash online compared to the casual gamer who's not exactly on your socials. But I think this is universally despised, and I really, really, really hope that FPL take their time and just abolish this rule. It's not needed at all. I think I saw the list of players that could potentially go to the AFCON tournament, and it was less than 20. I can't. Out of all the positive things that they've done for this game, it's almost like they've taken 3 steps forward and 55 back. Now, this, I really, really hope it's gone. Will it be gone? I'm not sure. But if it stays, I suppose we'll have to work around it. We'll have to use those transfers ahead of game week 16 so we're not wasting potential points along the way. But personally, I really don't like this one. So currently that does conclude everything for today's video with regards to FPL rules and all the new things coming to the game. As I mentioned earlier, there's been 2 price releases so far, Isak at 10.5 million and Pickford at 5.5, both who I think are far, well not far, I believe Isak is probably 0.5 too high, and same with Pickford, 0.5 too high. They needed to be 10 million and 5 million respectively. But it does look like the game is very much ramping up for the new season. I think, depending on how many prices they release today, I think the game could either be releasing tomorrow or Tuesday as time progresses and as things stand. We're all waiting for it. We're all ready and raring. We've got the FPL team drafts, of course, fantastic website, so do go check it out. But they're only price predictions. We can't be planning our teams unless we know the full prices ahead of the game. But it is all ramping up. So thank you very much for watching today's video. The socials will be down there in the description below. We've got Instagram, we've got TikTok, we've got X, we've got all that good stuff. Please do drop a thumbs up on the channel. It spreads it out. There's plenty more Sun Dream Team content coming as well, mixed in with a few FPL videos along the way. Love both games, both different in their own right, but I really do enjoy the engagement part of it all. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We're flying up recently, and it's so nice to see. It really is. So thank you very much for the support. And that's it. That's all for today's video, and I'll be catching you in a new one very soon.